Welcome to today's Living Word with Pastor Arlene.
Let's now look at Ephesians 6:11. We're still looking at spiritual warfare in our battle against evil. And we have to realize the evil we're battling against is really the deception of Satan. So in the King James, Ephesians 6:12 says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And remember, we saw that in Corinthians, that we war not against flesh and blood. So it's not people that we're fighting against. It is against principalities and powers. The Passion Translation of Ephesians 6:11 says, "Put on God's complete set of armor, provided for us, so that you will be protected as you fight against the evil strategies." We need to know what the strategies are of the accuser. Do you know what the evil strategies are? What his plan and purpose is? But it says that God's given us a complete set of armor. It's the same armor that Jesus had. Isaiah 59 tells us that Jesus had on the breastplate of righteousness and a helmet of salvation. So really, when you're in this armor, you are wearing Jesus' clothes. And when you have them on, Satan can't tell you from Jesus. He doesn't know who he's dealing with, as long as you have your armor on. Now, our armor we will get to later, but it really is our identity. You see, God has provided everything we need to successfully stand up to the devil, to resist him. It says, submit to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. It's time we decide to do it God's way. Resist him the way God says to resist him. But, as always, our success depends on the choices we make. God has set before us life and death, blessing and cursing. You choose this day, but he's saying, choose life. You see, against the strategies of the accuser, King James says the wiles, strategies, devices, clever schemes, Satan's method of doing things. He is like a traveler who has a road map. Nowadays, they don't have a paper road map, but you will have your GPS system, and it will give you the way to go. Satan has a road map to affect every believer. He's a traveler. He travels that road, and he's traveled and knows the best way to where he wants to go. So he has traveled and knows exactly the best way to infiltrate your mind with thoughts. It is a clever scheme, but when we know who we are in Christ, we can speak the word and defeat him at his own game every time.